What is going on, guys? Sageartz here, and in today's video I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know about the upcoming Chainsaw Man anime. So this video will just be a brief introduction to the series that is Chainsaw Man, and honestly I finished reading this series back in January and it's definitely one of my favourite manga I've ever read. From his art, his uniqueness, plot and characters, Chainsaw Man is definitely something you're going to want to watch when it drops later this year. And with the anime's adaptation being handled by Mappa, I'm sure that it will deliver just the way the manga did, if not better. So it goes without saying that I'll be covering Chainsaw Man content on the channel. I'll probably have some videos leading up to its release and then post once or twice weekly when the anime goes live. So if you're a fan of Chainsaw Man already or waiting for the anime, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any Chainsaw Man content in the future. And this video will contain minor spoilers for Chainsaw Man, but that's enough from me. Let's get right into the video. Chainsaw Man is a story that follows our main protagonist Denji, and Denji is a teenager who has definitely seen the most unpleasant sides of life and society, despite the crazy setting that the story of Chainsaw Man resides in that already makes living a nightmare for the majority. So before I explain more about our protagonist Denji, let me give a quick rundown of the Chainsaw Man setting. In the world of Chainsaw Man, we have a society which is a mix between humans and devils. Now, not in the sense where the population is an equal divide, but devils are a well-known presence in society that serve as a detriment and benefit to humans, but the latter is only true at a cost. The devils in Chainsaw Man, while terrorizing humanity, which is expected of devils, also serve a different purpose, and that is aiding the devil hunters through the use of contracts. The devil hunters, as the name suggests, are individuals who hunt devils, and the devil hunters belong to an organization for the most part called Public Safety, who take it upon themselves to track down and kill devils, with the majority of them being humans, though they make contracts with other devils through means of a price to gain their powers and battle on even ground. And the price for the contract can be absolutely anything. It really just depends on the type of devil they're dealing with. In relation to the devils specifically, besides their supernatural abilities, they all have names that correlate to something that exists in the world. So for example, there's cars in the world, right? So there's probably a car devil, if you see where I'm going with this. But their strength ranges in a rather interesting way in the world of Chainsaw Man, which makes a lot of sense. The strength of a devil is determined by how much fear that devil's name has incited around the world. As I said before, devils' names exist in correlation to things that are in reality, so think of something that exists that the masses will probably be scared of, and that would probably end up being a really strong devil in Chainsaw Man. But now that you know a little bit of what to expect in the world of Chainsaw Man as a whole, let me explain more about our main character Denji and how he fits in with all of this stuff. As I mentioned earlier, Denji is a teenager who's had a rather unpleasant upbringing, and to elaborate on this, with his introduction into the series, we learned that Denji, after losing his father as a young boy, was forced to inherit his father's debts to none other than the Yakuza, which is completely messed up. So to try and pay off the debts forced onto him, Denji ended up becoming a devil hunter for the Yakuza with his pet devil Pochita. And even though his debt in a realistic sense was never going to be paid off due to the sheer amount of it, Denji remained optimistic and clung onto his simple but respectable dreams in hopes that one day he would clear his debt and be able to live the life he desired. However, being a devil hunter is a dangerous job, and at the start of the first chapter, we learned that Denji had sold one of his kidneys, his right eye, one of his private parts, and was cutting down trees monthly to decrease his debt amount. And everything I just mentioned would add up to roughly 1.6 million yen, but he still had a whopping 38 million left to pay off. So yeah, despite Denji's optimism, things were definitely not looking good for him in the long run. Moving on, I'm sure a lot of you are curious about Denji's pet devil Pochita, so let me go over that before carrying on. On the day that Denji's father had died, the Yakuza informed Denji that he would have to shoulder his father's debt or be killed. Shortly after the Yakuza left Denji, a small dog devil with a chainsaw protruding from his head appeared before Denji on the brink of death. And long story short, Denji, recognizing that he and the devil were similar in the sense that they were both going to die, offered his blood to the devil for a contract. Since devils regenerate after drinking blood, Denji offered his blood as a payment for a contract where they would both save each other. And that's how Denji and his pet chainsaw dog devil Pochita became friends. And Denji would often recite his dreams of wanting to hug a girl or eat bread with jam to Pochita, just again reflecting how rough this 16-year-old teenager has had life. However, later on we will witness Denji and Pochita being killed by the mummified Yakuza who were being controlled by the zombie devil. But at the moment of their death, Pochita made a contract with Denji, and the contract was that in exchange for his devil's heart, that Denji had to show him his dreams, as Pochita always loved listening to Denji talk about his dreams. So when Denji revives, he's essentially merged with his chainsaw devil companion Pochita, and with a pull of the protruding cord from his chest, Denji turns into Chainsaw Man and massacres the surrounding threats. So while that clears up what really starts the story of Denji and Chainsaw Man as a whole, there are 4 main characters that we get introduced to early on in the series, and I'm going to go over them really briefly, I'm talking seconds right here. So obviously we have Denji, who is our protagonist, but we also have Makima, who a lot of you have probably heard about on the internet for whatever reason, who finds Denji after the incident with the Yakuza and is his first love / owner since Denji is essentially her dog, voluntarily might I add. Then we have Aki, who is a devil hunter for public safety and works under Makima's division with his goal of tracking down and killing a certain devil. And last but not least, we have the energetic fiend Power, who works as a devil hunter under Makima's division, and Power is quite a character. But for the most part, that is everything that you need to know about Chainsaw Man, and honestly really do check it out when it airs. I assure you that it will be worth it, as it's one of my favourite manga of recent times and I think everyone should experience its greatness. However, with that we come to the end of the video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, consider clicking the subscribe button and liking the video to let me know. And comment down below what type of Chainsaw Man videos you want to see in the future. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.